He'll strike first here in this wild card matchup. Well, for Sammy Watkins, we saw plays like this from time to time in his Kansas City days, and he's still making them here with his new team, the Ravens.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch, and that one wound up in the end zone. And
looking at the next-gen stats, boy, what a play indeed. He covered better than 60 yards after that catch. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Mahomes now to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Edwards at 1st down and more. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, 44 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. He'll buy some time right. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Watch safety green. Watch safety green. Hey, 43.
They go play fake. Mahomes. That is caught by Callaway. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 34 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
23 yards, the final tally. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle. Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And some room to run now. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 60 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And again, it's Mahomes. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. A gain of 6 there on first. Working with his 2nd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on. And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Room here to run. And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there on the final snap of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Five yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now Jackson. Open man Watkins, touchdown Baltimore. Sammy Watkins, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner. And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over. Here's Mecole Hardman. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so. Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. Now a dump off here complete, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Mahomes now on first down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Dancing to his left. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll check it down to Bell. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend their lead even further. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. That's taken in by Callaway. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Byron Pringle there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. He's at the 30. Still going.
Expect nothing less.
And he will score. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Now returning it, Antonio Callaway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Chiefs will go first and 10 at the 127.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. On play action, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Antonio Callaway, 54 yards. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
At their own 33-yard line.
Check 50, check 50.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Taken from about the 12.
The Chiefs take over on first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, check back, 6, back. Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. 20, 10, touchdown. Byron Pringle, his second touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Past midfield, look out. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way.
Again, Elvin Barton, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games at a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
Well, that two-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people can't see this, but you got a ball in your hands now, and you got the thing locked in pretty well. You got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. It makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you had run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Man open is Robinson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one, but it'll be 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. It's complete to Williams. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Darryl Worley up to make the tackle. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they said? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 50. Is that it? The 30.
I know the natural instinct is to kick the extra point there and tie the game. But here in this spot, at this point of the game, is there another coach maybe weighing in with what to do here?
Well, I think that analytics are starting to say, with it being from the 2, that you're going for 2 more often. That makes sense. But there, I still like going for 1, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, that's my first instinct, but I'm understanding how the game is starting to change. And we're getting a number of these quarterbacks who are telling their coaches, we should go for 2 all the time. I want to see if we ever get a team that actually starts to do that.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second.
And got his man complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. This is something that we saw quite a bit at Oklahoma, and we'll be seeing it more and more on the NFL level as well. Marquise Brown going Hollywood.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Well, this is Callaway on the receiving end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard
line. They go play fake. Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's second and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Got some room at the 30. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to...
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give. Dobbins trying the right side. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They go play action with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the 1st. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive took a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settled things down a little bit.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. From the gun, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. This has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free, but couldn't recover.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Gus Edwards with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Tucker now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Ravens 62, Chiefs 55. Justin Tucker to kick off the ball.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And boy, there's that elusiveness on display, spinning forward and able to get 6 yards out of that.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd down and 4. Again, it's Williams. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw it. That is caught by Callaway. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Derek Wolfe that time, the one who got in there to make the play. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Mahomes. He's got it complete to Thompson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. One final try for Mahomes. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's got some space here. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. The Ravens going to move on to another week in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody.